Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to be talking all about Disney Springs at Disney World. A lot of times people think Disney Springs is some like added thing that they need to pay for, but it is absolutely free. You don't even need to be going to the parks. You don't need to be staying at Disney World in order to go here. This is a great shopping, entertainment, restaurant heavy location that you can go to that's really quite fun at Disney World. If you're new here, hello, I'm Lauren. I'm a travel advisor. I specialize in Disney destinations, cruising, Alaska, and all inclusive vacations. Really, my focus is to help families have the dream vacations from when they are little kids all the way through. So, let's talk a little bit about Disney Springs today. Disney Springs is a fun location at Disney World, and this is a place that is like shopping and entertainment all together. This is a great option on your arrival day or your departure day. So let's say your flight gets in around like 2 p.m. and you're like, okay, well, our room's ready. Yes, we can go swimming, but like, I kind of want to do something today. Okay, well, let's go catch the bus and go over to Disney Springs where you can eat, you can go to the world of Disney. I'll get into all these things in a little bit. Or maybe a new movie just came out and you're like, I really want to see this movie. There's one at Disney Springs that you can go to and go see it. On your departure day, maybe you have arrived at Disney and you're like, our flight isn't until 9 p.m. tonight, but I don't really want to go to the parks for another day. Well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to go to the pool in the morning and then we can go to Disney Springs and enjoy ourselves and just kind of like walk around, not really have a schedule and have our day. So, this is like a fun entertainment place that you can just enjoy and go to. I go here. My mom lives in Florida, and we go here sometimes when I'm not going to Disney World. So it's definitely a fun place. There are some really cool dining options. And what I'm going to say is the dining options change a lot. So I chose to talk about restaurants that have been there and established for a long time and shops that have been there and stayed there for a long time. There's constantly changing the where things are, what is going to be there, who's staying there, where it's located, things like that. So I'm not going to get into super specifics and I'm not going to name every restaurant or every shopping place there because it does change. So I just want you to be aware that I've mentioned some things, but I'm not mentioning all of them because they might not always be there. So I don't want you to get your hopes up. So, you know me, I love a good map. So, this is the map of Disney Springs. So, the blue here is all the entertainment type of stuff that you'll see. The orangish, reddish stuff here is all the shopping, and then the green is all the restaurant options. So, as you can see, if you're looking at this map, but if you're listening, on the left-hand side is more the entertainment side, okay? Or the left and a little bit of the right, the two sides have the majority of that entertainment. Now, the shopping is pretty much from here over. There's a little bit of shopping on the left-hand side, but mostly like the restaurants and the food area are over here. There are some scatterings over here also. Those are options too. Okay. So if you are coming in by a bus, you are going to be coming in by right over here. So right in the middle here, you'll see a big spring, Disney Springs. And that is where the buses are going to let you on and off. So if you're staying on a Disney World property resort, and you take the bus, this is where you're going to get it, is right by this spring. And also, if you look up when you're at Disney Springs and you're like, where do I get the buses? You're looking for that spring and that will bring you towards the buses. There are no buses from Disney Springs that go to the parks. So if you are at Disney Springs, you can't get to Magic Kingdom from there. There's no bus. You would have to take your bus back to your resort and then go to Magic Kingdom from there. Your other option is to Uber or Lyft, but I'm just letting you know. So there's no bus that will take you there. The buses start around 9:30 at the resorts because Disney Springs opens at 10, and they will take you back and forth. They'll just keep running those buses back and forth. Now, if you're going to drive, there are lots all around here that will take you. They will let you know which lots are open, so you got to go with whatever's open at the time. But you'll park in the lots. It's covered, so your car's not going to get too hot from the sun unless you're parked on the very top. But it's a very good parking system. Really like it. It's good. Now, if you're going to take Uber or Lyft over, you are going to be coming over all the way on the right-hand side. Also, there are a few resorts where you will be taking a boat, not a ship, a boat, a little ferry boat to come over to Disney Springs. So those are options, for Port Orleans and for Saratoga Springs. So, those options, that's where you're going to come in. And if you have Uber or Lyft, they are going to drop you off here. It's super important that you understand where this drop off and pickup is for Lyft and Uber and rideshare, because they'll get in trouble if they come and pick you up in other locations. So it's best if you just walk over here so that person does not get in trouble for dropping you off in the wrong location. And you can go here. Now, there are some resorts that are around the Disney Springs area that are not Disney resorts, and they're also in this area. And if you walk over, this is where you'll come in. Okay, so that pretty much covers all of this. And then I'm going to talk about some of the things that are on here. So the big thing that people go to Disney Springs for is World of Disney. And if you're like me and you had your World of Disney shut down by where you are, it's like very exciting to come here. Now, they redid the whole store recently. I say recently, I don't know, maybe in the last 3 or 4 years. So it's all open. So there's different sections that you're going to be walking through here. Now, with that, when you go into the World of Disney, it's very similar to going into the Disney parks, where you can actually purchase it all on your phone. So if you see a super long line, you can go into the My Disney Experience app, and it'll prompt you that you can purchase it on your phone. And then there are people waiting at the doors to check that you have purchased the items and that you're all set. They're also there to help you. So if the line is super long, I do recommend that you do that, because it's so much easier than standing in a super long line. They have different stuff that is going on here. It is a very large store, so just keep walking, enjoy it. It's a fun store. You can find something to buy, trust me. Now, there are other shopping options. I'm highlighting some of the main Disney ones. There's another one that's further down that's called the Co-op. And this has different things that are offered. Again, it's kind of like some separate rooms in here. So it's all open, but there's separate sections, and there's just fun things that they sell here. Again, Disney related, and it's really kind of fun. They also have the Art of Disney. This is, where they have artwork or things like that. Like if you like artwork like this behind me, I got that at the Art of Disney. It's just kind of fun to see the different artworks and options that you can purchase. And it's a lot of fun. You can get it shipped home, so that's an option for you too. And then there is a Christmas store. It's there year round. It's really awesome. I really, really like this place. And it's just kind of fun. Christmas all year round. You can get an ornament, even if you're coming, in February, you can get an ornament for the following year. They can personalize them. So there's a lot of different things that you can do here. Now, the other big store is a Lego store, and that brings in a lot of people too. There are a lot of regular stores here too. My husband always wants to go to Under Armour when we're here, things like that. So just look at the map before you go and see what it is that you want to do shopping wise, and you could check that out. Now, dining options, there are so many. Okay. So this is what I call quick service dining options. It's you order, you sit down, and you're eating right away. So Polite Pig is my absolute favorite at Disney Springs. I think it's, one of the best. It is great barbecue. I really like that one a lot. Blaze Pizza is also a huge one that people really like to go to. And there is an ice cream place. It's called Salt and Straw. It opened up last year, I think, and people love this place. So there are some really great options for you. Now, for sit down restaurant options, the Boathouse is like the quintessential, like everyone thinks about this place when they think of Disney Springs. I love this place. It is a great option if you want to eat there. It has really good food. There is T-Rex Cafe, which is a fun place to eat. My son does love this place. Sometimes it's too loud for him, but he really does like this place. So it's really fun for kids. This is a really hard dining reservation to get. So if this is something that you want, you better be ready at your 60 days or have your travel advisor be doing it, because this is one that really just it's very popular, so make sure that you book that in advance. The other one is Chef Art Smith Homecoming. This is another very popular restaurant. Again, all three of these are, so you want to make sure that you get in those reservations when you can. You do that through the My Disney Experience app, like you do all the other things. They are available 60 days before your vacation, so make sure that you check those out. I went backwards. For the quick service dining option, though, you don't need a reservation. You can just show up and walk in. So just remember that too if you're trying to have a more relaxing time. So the entertainment options at Disney Springs kind of vary, but they do have that movie theater, and it's a really nice AMC movie theater. So a lot of people go here when are release times. If there's a new movie coming out, this is where they want to go. There's also the Waterside Stage, and this is outside. There's constant performances here. A lot of schools perform here, a lot of different things. So you can check that out. Splitsville is a bowling option. Everyone talks about how great their sushi is, which is so weird to say because obviously I don't go to a bowling alley for sushi as most people do, but this is a restaurant and a place where you can bowl. So if that is important to you, make sure you check that out too. There are other options. There is this balloon, which will take you up for about 10-15 minutes and then bring you back down. And it's just like a sightseeing type of thing. Just know that if it's like windy or it's, weather related, it's often down. Every time I've tried to do it, it has been down. So I've never been able to do it. I've had friends that have done it and they're super afraid of heights and they did not enjoy it. So you don't have to do it. A lot of times there's Groupons for that one. So check out Groupon first to see if that is an option, if you can buy it on Groupon first. Now, the other thing outside the Boathouse are these amphicars. My husband and I have done this, but basically they're cars that go into the water and you sit back here and it takes you on a fun water ride. So you can do that too. There is also like a small train ride that you can have kids do. It's open some of the times and it does all of this stuff costs extra money, this entertainment, except the only thing that doesn't cost extra is watching on the Waterside Stage. But obviously going to the movies, bowling, going up in the sky and going in the amphicars, they all cost money. So those are all extra experiences. You can't really book them in advance except maybe Splitsville and AMC Theater. Everything else, it's kind of day of. So you'll just figure it out that day. So my big tips with Disney Springs are that there are no buses to the parks. Okay, so if you're at Disney Springs, you can't go to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, anything like that. Okay, you're going to either have to go to your resort or go over to where you need to catch an Uber or Lyft. You really need to know where that rideshare drop-off is. You don't want them to get in trouble. Those rideshare people, you don't want them to get a ticket just to try and pick you up in the wrong location. Go to the correct location. If you ask anyone, they'll show you. And it typically opens around 10 a.m. So you can check that out at 10 a.m. And some parking, the parking garages are hard to explain, but sometimes they force you to go to specific parking garages until that one fills up. Once that fills up, then they'll open up the next one. So like we all have our like favorite parking garages. Like I'm a Lime girl. I like to go to Lime parking garage, but I hardly ever get it because they force you to go somewhere else. Or if I come in the wrong way, then I have to go to a specific one. So just know that you're going to park. You gotta park where they're going to park. And they can fill up. I guess it was more during COVID more than anything else that they fill up. But, if you're going later in the day and you want to stay, just know that, they could be filled up. Disney Springs is definitely more spread out than people realize, especially when it's hot. There's not a lot of shade here. So if you're walking from one end to the other, it's hot and it's tiring. And a lot of times we don't want to do it all. So make sure that you know that. There are a ton of stores here, like a ton of stores. So you need to know what it is. If you want to just wander and you don't care what you see, that's fine. If you are like, I have to see the world of Disney and I need to see these stores and whatnot, then you better know where you're coming in, which way to go, all that kind of stuff. Because one side is more, heavy with the entertainment, and the other side is going to be more heavy with the shops and the restaurants. So just make sure that you figure out what it is that you want to do before you go. And if you don't care and you just want to wander around, then just show up. There are directories when you get there, so you could definitely check those out. Make sure that you leave by an hour when Disney Springs closes because the buses will stop. So if the buses stop, then you have to walk all the way over to where the Uber, rideshare, Lyft area is and get rideshare there. So just be aware of that. Okay. That will do it for Disney Springs. If you have more questions about it, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye.